Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we were using the 44 quarter to 46 quarter area as support, and the pullback to that zone ended up attracting responsive buyers for a move back up towards the prior VPOC of 2050 and the previous close of 2053. At this point, heading into the open, we're going to be using the 44 half to 46 half as the micro bull bear zone, and as long as ES is holding above that area, buyers still have a shot at gaining control and we could still see some upward price action. A breakout above 52 to 54 would be an early sign indicating that buyers are actually stepping in, and that could lead to a test of 58.75 to 60.75, which is a pretty key zone here, and a breakout above 58.75 to 60.75 would mark a bigger picture shift, and that would confirm buy side in control, and that could lead to some acceleration to the upside for a test of 64 to 65 and potentially 69 quarter to 71 quarter. So this 44 half to 46 half zone and the 58.75 to 60.75 zone are really going to be very key heading into the open here. And like I said, as long as we are holding above the micro bull bear and we're not seeing any strong rejection of 52 to 54, then the buyers can still actually gain control and we could see some upward price action. Now on the downside, if we break down below 44 half to 46 half, that would confirm sell side in control, and that would bring the 30 half to 33 half initial support zone into play. Now this zone down here marks the bottom of a bigger picture balance area, and the zone has been tested several times in the last few days, and the more times we actually test a zone, the more likely it is to break. Now because it is a bigger picture support area, if we go down there in a straight line and the market is exhausted into that zone, we can actually still get some buying off of that zone, off of 30 half to 33 half, but we just have to keep in mind that the zone has been tested several times in the past few days, and for that reason, we just have to be careful at 30 half to 33 half, because if we head down there on strong momentum and very weak internals, then it could actually lead to a eventual breakdown below initial support, which would mark a break of a larger time frame balance area, and that could lead to some decent liquidation. So we just have to keep that in mind as the market heads down there. Now, if the market goes down there and there aren't really any signs indicating a balance breakdown, let's say the internals are actually not that bad and we're not really getting any major negative tick readings, then most likely that zone will hold and we can still get a decent bounce. But if everything is looking extremely bearish as we go into initial support, then we certainly have to be careful. But heading into the open, this 44 half to 46 half, the prior VPOC of 2050, and the 52 to 54 area will help us establish our bias for the day. And as long as we're holding the micro bull bear, we still have to give the benefit of the doubt to buyers, and that's still something, that's still a scenario that can certainly play out, and we can get some upward activity back up to 58.75, 60.75, and potentially even higher. So as long as we're not seeing any strong rejection of 2050 or 52 to 54, and we're holding above the micro bull bear, then the buy side can still actually retain control, and we could still get some pretty decent movement to the upside. So off the open, keep an eye on the micro bull bear, pre-market resistance. That'll help you figure out which side is being more dominant. And aside from that, we had a couple of econ reports out this morning, which are already out of the way. At this point, we have factory orders, I believe, at 9 a.m. Central Time. And after that, there really isn't any major economic report due later on today. We have the employment report due tomorrow, but tomorrow is a market holiday, so we can still actually get some decent movement on the day time frame today, since it's actually the last day of the week as far as the stock market goes. So those are the main thoughts heading into the open. Let's see if the buyers are able to maintain 44 half to 46 half. That'll really set the tone for the day, and we will take it from there.